In this video, I'll be checking out 6 new iPhone 16 Pro cases and screen protector from Benks. If you've just unwrapped your iPhone 16 and you're looking for a new case, I've got 6 iPhone 16 cases to show you from Benks, along with an installation of their screen protector. So without further ado, let's jump in the brief summary of the cases that I'll be looking at today. Right, so we've got 6 cases to go through today, so it's going to be a bit of a long video. And we've got our screen protector installation along with it as well. We've got all varieties here. We've got 2 Kevlar cases. You've got 3 semi-transparent or transparent cases. And you've got quite a stylized case as well from Benks to look at. This is only a fraction of their cases available for the iPhone 16 Pro, but this is the majority or a large sweep over of the cases that they have available. So if there's any cases from Benks that interest you for your iPhone 16 Pro, then keep watching as we go through each of these iPhone 16 Pro cases. But first up, let's do this screen protector, get that installed before we tackle all 6 of these cases afterwards. So let's get started. Right, so we're checking out the GlassWarrior screen protector for the iPhone 16 Pro from Benks. Benks do good screen protectors. I've used their screen protector on my iPhone 15 Pro for over a year now. I've not had any problems with it, so I'm really looking forward to getting this on my iPhone 16 Pro. This screen protector features the same glass that is already on your iPhone, practically giving it the double protection that you might want to have to cover your existing screen. Like other screen protectors that we've seen recently, we've got a material that reduces fingerprints on the actual screen itself. It is slightly rounded with a black bezel, so that's going to make it nice and intuitive if you're not going to be using a case with it, as well as giving you more intuitive feel if you are using a case with the screen protector as well. There's lots to go over, so let's dive in and see what comes inside the box. Okay, so here's what you get inside the box. You get a large dust removal sticker, small little paper guide to tell you how to install it, a base to position your phone onto. You've got the screen protector pre-installed with the installation frame pre-attached. And you get a accessory cleaning kit with a microfiber cloth, some dust-free tabs, and a cleaning wipe as well to make sure that your screen is nice and clean for applying the protector. We're going to jump in straight away, give this screen a wipe, get rid of any oils or dust and debris from the screen. So a very large cloth, literally give that a full-on wipe over. This is going to help get rid of the dust as well, but for one final test, we're going to use that large dust removal sticker. And that's going to get rid of all those dust and dirt. So we're going to use the surface to put the camera bump into so it's nice and flat. Then we're going to put this sticker all over the phone. We're going to peel that off, put that on top. So we're going to do that, get rid of this quickly before any dust settles. Place that on top. I'm going to pull this plastic backing off the phone. That's now removed, and we hold down there to expel any air apparently. And we pull that little tab down and that pull that on the bottom, pull this down away from the case at the top, and then we remove the applicator frame, and then the applicator we can now remove. We can now go back with the microfiber cloth, no squeegee here. You can just push out those last remaining bubbles from the screen protector, and that is one successful install there. And just like their previous screen protector that I had on my 15 Pro, that is a solid install there and it looks lovely. Nice to feel. It's got some nice rounded edges there. Better than some of the other screen protectors that I've installed. No fingerprint smudges on the glass screen itself. And it's a nice gliding feel to it. Unlike the actual iPhone screen, actually, it feels a little bit more glidey, which I prefer than using it without a screen protector. And it's definitely responsive. No problem whatsoever on that screen protector from Benks. So this Benks GlassWarrior screen protector retails currently for $32.99. Definitely the high end, but you are getting what you pay for with this application and accessories. They all do a very good job at making sure that application of screen protector is done well and dust free. And now it's all ready for the many cases we're now going to check out from Benks. So kicking off then, we've got their Lucent Pro for the iPhone 16 Pro. This gives you 1.8mm of protection. It has some scratch resistance, bump protection, excellent drop resistance, thin and lightweight, precision cutout, and skin friendly texture apparently. Okay, let's see what comes inside the box. Right, so here is the Lucent Pro phone case for the iPhone 16 Pro. There's no film to peel off. It's literally bare bones as soon as you get it out of the case. We've got the MagSafe ring on the back there in white, molded in buttons on the side and the camera cutaway on the bottom there. We've got cutouts for the speaker grill and lanyard holes on the edges there, and a wide hole there for cable insertion. Let's get our phone inside and see how well this performs. Okay, so that's the case all installed. Looks pretty good. Obviously your color of your iPhone will show through there without any problems. We've got some Benks branding on the edge there, and on top you've got this GlassWarrior up here, which is highlighting the bumper paddings on the bottom corners. That helps protect the phone. As a clear case goes, it's quite fairly slim. It's not the slimmest, but it feels quite nice as well. These speaker grills being symmetrical, obviously that gives you extra space on this left hand side there. It's not really following the speaker grills as such. Big hole there for cable insertion. The buttons on the side there feel good to press because they're part of the silicone material. And this camera button does bevel in, but it does have some high-rised edges on the edge there, which is a little bit less on the back side, so that's a bit easier to press and interact with, and interact with the slider. As for the screen protection, even with the protector, you've got some lip there still to protect the screen. Very slight camera bump protection there on the back. Okay, let's check out some MagSafe. That fires up the animation, and I'd say it's not a good adhesion on the MagSafe, although that has lasted the rodeo there. So it really depends. Yeah, it hit and miss really on that particular case in terms of its MagSafe performance. An overall nice case generally. Obviously being a clear case, it's probably one of the lower entry tiers of in terms of pricing. So if you are looking for a clear case for your iPhone 16 Pro, then this is definitely something you might want to consider. This is $15.99 currently on their Benks store, and you can also probably get it on Amazon, and I'll leave links down below so you can learn more about it. Support the channel and buy yourself one. So this is the MagClap mist case for the iPhone 16 Pro. This is the black colorway option, which has a solid black rim on the outside there and a slight misted case on the back. We've got a black MagSafe ring here to match the black case if you were to insert the black version of the iPhone. Slightly gunmetal grey or space grey protruding camera bump on the edge there, and similar color and material on the side buttons, and you've got a accent color for the action button. Lanyard holes if that's your thing on the bottom there, and you've got some cutouts here for the speaker grill and a large cutout there for the cable. The camera button cutout on the edge there feels nice to the touch. It does have some side ridges. We'll see how that works when we get this installed on the phone. Nice and easy to install that case. The case feels really nice actually. It's got a very nice feel to it. This kind of slightly rubberized frame is not that kind of material that's going to catch any dirt or dust or fluff from any surface. It's going to come off straight away. The buttons are probably one of the nicer case designs buttons that I've used so far for the iPhone 16 Pro. The edges is nice and rounded. Matched with their screen protector, that's going to work really, really well. Being symmetrical again, you've got these speaker grills and a big gap here on the left here. Would have liked to have seen if they were just holes. As for the back casing, you can barely see the iPhone logo with a MagSafe ring at the back. Slight protection for the camera bump there. And even with the screen protector installed, you do get some extra level of protection on the top there as well. Overall, nice feeling case. So here we have the Lucid Armor case. This is probably one of my favorite cases for the iPhone series over the last 2 years. I've used its iPhone 15 Pro case over the last year. No problems, been a fantastic case. So looking forward to seeing what the differences are this year with the iPhone 16 Pro. Here you can see the iPhone 15 Pro case here on the left. You've got the iPhone 16 on the right. Slight color difference on the MagSafe ring. The 15 Pro was slightly darker. Slight grey ring this year on the 16 Pro. And you can see that the colorization is a little bit lighter for the 16 Pro on the right here. Buttons are pretty much exactly the same. On the bottom, we've got the addition of the lanyard holes and a squarer cable management insertion in the middle there. On the right hand side, we've got similar buttons, slightly matter on the 16 Pro now, and obviously the camera cutout, no much change on the top there, and on the inside it's pretty much the same as well. Let's get this installed, see how good it looks. Now personally, this is my go-to, has been for a long time. We still have a few more cases to look at to see if that's changed, but for now this is one of my favorite cases. Very nice and thin profile, but not the thinnest, but you still got some great protection there. The buttons are obviously not matching because they're symmetrical. You've got the big gap on the side along with the lanyard holes. The buttons are super easy to press, and the camera bump, I'd say I've been using this for over a week, and these ridges do make using this button a little bit harder, but I've not really seen a better solution yet other than the capacitive button cases, and it's a shame that Benks haven't done any capacitive button cases for now, and it'd be nice to see them bring that available to this case in the future. But the MagSafe ring protection was one of the best back in the day on the 15 Pro, so let's see how that works. That fires up the animation, but I would say that the adhesion is not as good in terms of the MagSafe performance. It's good, but let's put it that way, it's not the best either. So it does the job, but it's not too bad. The mistness of the case does completely cover the Apple logo. It's very hard to see it apart from in the light bouncing off the Apple logo there. But overall, if you're after a quite unique looking, this is the titanium colorway for this case, and I think it really looks the part alongside the titanium of the camera there. So this case retails for $15.99, so we're still in the medium area of cases, still quite low. Definitely sleek looking, nice clicky buttons, full body protection with the camera lip at the top there, even though I've got a screen protector applied, and you've got a good camera bump protection as well. Unless you've got some really oily fingers, it doesn't really show up the fingerprints on the back, and it doesn't pick up any lint or anything like that from your pocket either. So overall, a really nice case for the iPhone 16 Pro here from Benks. Okay, so 3 more to go. Here we have the ArmorAir case from Benks. This is a MagSafe compatible, ultra slim, minimalist design using Kevlar 600D material, so super strong and sturdy, ready for all the drops you can do on the case really. And being Kevlar, it's going to be lightweight, durable, and it has a nice Kevlar carbon fiber as well, kind of like style backing to it as well. Okay, let's see what's inside. Okay, so compared to the others, this is super thin, super light as well. A bit different though, we've got these cutaways for the buttons, so it's really just protecting the corners and a few parts of the side. We've got the Kevlar branding and MagSafe ring on the inside there. We've got this carbon fiber woven texture, or potentially the Kevlar showing through there, and you've got a camera bump on the top side, but we've seen with the Lucid Armor. Some expansion gaps there for easy insertion of the phone, and you've got some camera cutouts there that are non-symmetrical. Overall, nice camera case. Hopefully, let's see how well that looks with the phone installed. So with the cutouts at the bottom, it's probably best to have the phone inserted at the very top, and then okay. That was a lot harder to install that, but that is now installed. As you can see, it is super thin on the case there. Obviously, these buttons are now going to show through, which means that you'll have no problems with any of the buttons because you're using physically the iPhone buttons. One thing I would say is that this barely covers over the edge, so there's literally no top protection with a screen protector. So a screen protector is recommended with this case. Up on the back though, we've got the same level of protection for the camera bump, and this case just slightly covers over the edge. Works well with their screen protector actually. I'd say the screen protector is on par with that. I'd say without the screen protector, maybe you do have a slight top edge protection for the screen if you don't have a protector on there, but I would 100% get one on there. Obviously the buttons are pass through, so you're not going to have any problems there, them sticking out. Same with the camera button, you're going to have full on contact with that, no problem whatsoever. This cutout doesn't get in the way at all. And swiping is going to be fine on the edges there, no cutouts or lips there. It does come over the edges slightly, so it's not so jaggy on the edge there. As for the bottom, the hole cutouts are a bit better preferred. They actually match up properly with these speaker grills. An overall nice case there with potential some drop protection on the edges, no problem. It's just that you might get some scuffs on the side there if you were to drop it on the side. The case does cover the button height roughly, so that should work just as well if you were to drop it on the edge. You shouldn't really scuff the buttons, even though it's borderline if it does or not. They just barely stick out, I think. Nice case. Even though you're getting less material, it costs a lot more with this Kevlar. So it's $39.99. No Apple logo, no pass-through through the material of the Apple logo. You can test out MagSafe. That fires up and lasted a bit longer there. Not bad, middle ground between all the rest of the cases from Benks, I would say. Last a little bit of a rodeo, but not the best. General, I'd say the MagSafe is not bad in terms of its performance there, but at least the MagSafe charging works, and it does have some ability for using on mounts and such. So overall, if you're after a very slim, minimal case with button exposed, with back protection and very minimal top protection, a top protector is also recommended, so that's going to up the price as well. And the Air Armor design comes in a few other colorways as well, so check out their website if this case appeals to you but you'd like to have a different case style on the back. Check out their website, as they do a few for the ArmorAir. Okay, so we're on to the penultimate case here. We've got the Montage Pro from Benks. We've seen the ArmorAir. This is their Armor Pro, so it's a bit more of a full coverage case, but it also comes with Kevlar material, so ultra durable, MagSafe compatible, ultra slim, all in a minimalist design. So here's their case then. Again, it's another thin, slim, and also very light thanks to its Kevlar material design. Got some carbon fiber graphics on the back here. I'd say it's probably personally not the best design that I've seen there. Got some overlapping of the graphic there. I'd say it's trying to look like stitching, but personally I don't think it actually looks as nice. The material covers all the edges with these buttons being slightly cut out, so they're actually not separate buttons, they're actually part of the material that have been cut, so they're easily to be depressed inwards. We've got the camera cutout as we've seen earlier. The whole thing does feel textured with a metal surround camera bump there. Precision cutouts there, not symmetrical, so they match the speaker grills. Slight lip on the edges, not too bad. So let's get this installed. Okay, so that's the case installed onto the titanium iPhone 16 Pro. Feels good, really nice feeling. Definitely going to be waterproof, unlike some other cases, like a leather case, for example. Got some camera bump protection on the back there. A little on the front, even though I've got the Benks screen protector installed already on there. But it feels good. It's got a nice rounded edges. Feels like a solid case. No problem swiping from the edges. Buttons feel good considering they're molded into the side. And as for this camera bump, it's not too bad actually. These edges are a bit softer on the finger, and you can also get in there no problem. It's not as good as having no hole and it like the Air version, but if you were to still want to protect the phone a little bit better, then you will have to get used to using a cutout like this, or perhaps if they can release a capacitive version, that would be nice to see as well. Speaker grill on the bottom there looks quite good. Happy with that. Big space for the cable. Let's check out MagSafe. That passes through fine. And that's got one of the best. No. Yeah, it's probably one of the better cases from Benks for MagSafe. Happy with that. It works really, really well. Not the best I've seen so far, but that is definitely high up there as one of the best. So being the full Pro case with Kevlar, two versions of Kevlar as well, 600 and 1500. It's going to be the premium option of these cases. So it's $42.99, which is quite high for a case. Obviously not as high as, say, a leather iPhone case, for example. So you're going to get more durability with a case like this. I'm not a big fan of this design personally, but it feels okay. You've got slight texture to the back. That might help. And there's texture to the side too. Would have been nice if the buttons were separated and not built into the case. It feels that for the price you're paying, these separate buttons should be added to that case for a more premium feel, but you are paying for the Kevlar material more than anything. So if you're after a durable case, then this might be a case for you. They do have other colorways, so do check out their site should this particular case design appeal to you. Okay, and finally, this is the last case we'll be looking at today. This is the Mecha case for the iPhone 16 Pro from Benks. This is part of their dynamic series, so it offers lots of colorway designs on the back of this particular case. We'll see a little bit later of why that makes this one special, but you've got 2mm of protection, the same level of features that come as all the other cases that we've seen in the past. Let's see what is inside. Okay, so here we have the Mecha case here with this particular design. This is called Perspective, so it kind of has a feel that this is got some depth to it here and here. You've got the MagSafe ring showing through those elements. So it looks like it's kind of like cut out of the case design. Now you can get this in a ton of different other colorways. You've got like maps such as Mont Blanc, New York, Istanbul, Chicago, London and Beijing, Shanghai, Boston, Tokyo and Berlin. All these have got like maps with paths drawn out on them with the contrasting color, which makes them look quite cool. So if you are from those areas, quite a nice touch. The Mont Blanc one looks a bit more explorer kind of feel to it, and this one is a bit more sort of technical, so I thought I'll ask them to check this particular one out, even though I did like the look of the Mont Blanc one as well. The case itself is very similar to the Mist case, I would say, in terms of its material. It's all over, there's no seams on the edges there. You've got lanyard holes on the bottom there, and also symmetrical holes for the speaker grill, large port for the cable, camera bulb cut out, and these buttons are separated, so they all gotta feel nice once you've got the phones in the case. MagSafe on the case as well, so it's MagSafe compatible. Okay, that's with the case fitted on our titanium. I think it looks the part. If you're after that kind of technical kind of design, it actually looks quite nice. And it does look like 3D. They've really done a good job with the material underneath, the Mist case and the colorway on top. You do get a sense of depth there. This camera cutaway is a lot wider than their previous cases, and because of that, that feels actually quite nice to touch. There is sharp edges on the edge there, which would have been nice if they were more flush to the case, or the back one was lower. That would have been quite nice. These side buttons are really nice to press, just like their Mist and Lucid Armor case. They feel great. We've got screen protection on the top, even with the screen protector on. There's some lip there left over, and you've got a camera bump protection as all the other MagClap and Lucid Armor cases. That has that metal ring on the top there that protects the camera. The speaker grills are in there, not too bad, with a large port hole for the cable, and generally nice case, I think. And I think the other colorways, if you're into that kind of map look, that's some nice graphic art that they've done on the back there as well. That's worth checking out if this interests you. So this Perspective version of their Dynamic series retails for $19.99. You're basically getting the Mist case with a solid back and a graphic design. Everything else is pretty much the same as their Mist case, I would say. So you're paying a little extra, but not a lot. I'd say the camera button is slightly better than the Mist case though. That feels a bit nicer because it's wider. Your finger can actually travel a little bit more than the other cases allow. Good protection all over generally, and it's not a bad case if you're after some nice graphic on the back of your iPhone 16 Pro case. Let's quickly test out MagSafe performance. That's going to fire up. Again, like the Mist case, probably the same level of magnetism on its case. Generally a little bit disappointed with all these cases I've reviewed so far. Nothing's been really solid in terms of their magnetic performance as they have been, which I find a little bit odd. I thought things would improve, but things have sort of stepped back a bit. But you've got MagSafe anyway, it does work. You're not going to be tugging at that the back of the phone as much as I have for all of these cases. It's definitely going to adhere onto a mount, or these cases will, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. So we're finally finished. That's all 6 cases and screen protector covered in this video. There's a lot to like from all the cases that we've covered in this video. Should you want to check out a clear one, these 3 are pretty much the same with slight material adjustments. Then we've got the 2 Kevlar ones that are more of the premium end of their lineup. Obviously, it depends on what you want the most out of your cases. If you want protection, clear to show off the design of the phone that you just bought, or something that has a bit of style and as well as protection of its cases. And then there's budget, so it depends on what your overall budget is. These 4 are going to come less than $20, so really not going to break the bank. You could have multiple versions of them throughout your iPhone compared to the price of one of these. But these are going to give you more durability. This one obviously doesn't have the buttons available to it on the side there, so you're going to have less protection there, even though it's a more protective base back cover. So there's plenty of cases here to suit all budgets and all protective styles. As for me, my favorite, I still like the Lucid Armor. This is still a great case. Likely going to stick with this as my phone case for my iPhone 16 Pro. These Kevlar ones are great. I do like the idea of actually opening the buttons, so there's no restriction there on operations, especially the camera button, which I don't feel has really been dealt with until the capacitive buttons that Apple have done and some other case manufacturers have done. And I hope that Benks do explore the capacitive button option as well in some of this range. If camera button control isn't important to you though, I would say the Lucid Armor and the Dynamic series is basically very similar in its button height. So you've got a much more bigger depth than their Mist case, which is slightly sort of deeper than the other 2. But if you want no friction or resistance at all, then their Kevlar case is going to be the one to go for, because then you have no obstruction at all on the actual camera button itself. But as I said earlier, you've got quite a lot of range of other styles of these cases on their website, so do check them out, and I'll leave links to all of these cases down below so you can learn more about them, support the channel, and buy yourself one. Alright, I hope you found this video helpful. If it has, give us a thumbs up and let me know if you have any questions about any of these cases from Benks, and I'll do my best to answer them. You can support the channel with a super thanks on YouTube or buy me a coffee. I really appreciate it. Links down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.